Welcome back, everyone. Today is an extremely important video. I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know about Bitcoin in hopefully 10 minutes. Guys, right now, everyone in the world is asking the same exact question. Will Bitcoin break out? Can it break out? Are we going to have an all season? Is shit about to go crazy to the upside? And that is not really the most important thing right now. The question you need to be asking is, how do you position yourself and how do you make money no matter what fucking happens right now, right? So, for example, if you've been long and if you've been bullish on Bitcoin like I've called, right? 5 days ago, I told you guys why I think Bitcoin is going to 46K, right? And so 5 days ago, look at this. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. Look at that. This is the day that I made my video saying why I think Bitcoin is going to 46K. Literally right before all this pumping. Okay. And so as a bull, right, I called that. Okay. But this is the important part. You have to understand now, 5 days ago has passed. This shit is already pumped now from 41K up to 45K. Right? It's pumped like 15, 20% almost. All right. And so right now, everyone in the world is going to get greedy. Everyone in the world is going to wonder, can we break out? Will we rip higher? That's not the question to be asking. The thing that you need to be doing is, once again, making sure that no matter what happens, whether we break out or not, you are in the position to win. And so let me tell you something. There's about a 95% probability that we're not just going to smash through resistance and rip out higher like right now as we approach it, right? We can break resistance and we can push out higher, but it's probably not going to happen right away. It would probably take a couple days, a few days before that would happen. So what do I mean by that? Well, what would happen is we'd probably come into resistance, right? And instead of just ripping out, right, this is a very unlikely situation. Now, it is possible. Okay, I'd say it's probably a 5 to 10% chance that you just break resistance right here and just break out. Okay, but that's a super low probability scenario. What's more likely, if Bitcoin were to break out, is not just rip out right away instantly now. What it would probably do is it would probably pull back a little, okay, and you'd see that there wouldn't be enough strength or weight to bring the price down. And so after it would pull back or go sideways or really just not be able to break down, okay, then I bet you could gather the strength to break out higher, right? So this is what's more likely to happen if you're a bull waiting and hoping and praying that Bitcoin breaks out. Okay. Now, just breaking out right away right now, that's super unlikely, okay? And so we can use that to our advantage right now, where you can start taking profits, right? As we've made this call, right? Bitcoin's going to go to 46K was my call, at least. And I said, look, I could be wrong, but that was the call I made, right? And so we get here, and you have to understand, now we've reached our target of 46K. Okay, when you reach your target, that is a time to be taking profit, not hoping and begging and praying that it breaks out and goes way beyond your target. Okay, and so we're at a point now where it's actually really easy to take profit. Why? Because one, you shouldn't, like, it's easy to take profit when you know something's not about to rip higher. You know it's either going to go sideways or pull back here in 95% of cases. The probability it's just going to rip out higher and you're going to regret taking profit right now is like a 5% probability that it just rips out, okay? And so what you can do is you can start taking profits up here at the top of the range, at the top of resistance. Guys, the range is still in range. It is still intact until proven otherwise, and until that range is broken. What can happen is everyone who's praying for Bitcoin to break out, everyone who's praying for the shit to rip out, okay, they're going to be left possibly holding the bag, okay, if we just come all the way down to here. And then they're going to be depressed. Then they're going to have, their portfolio 20 to 40% down. So let's say you got $100,000 right now. You're going to see you're only going to have fucking $60,000 by the time if Bitcoin got back down here. But here's the key. You don't need to know with certainty if Bitcoin's going to get back down in here. What you need to know is that you are at the point in which you are in such a good position to be taking profits, because once again, there's only a 5% probability this thing's going to rip out even higher right now. There's about a 95% probability that it's either going to cool down or pull back here, right? And so this is literally the best time to be taking profits. Why? Because you only have a 5% probability of just an instant breakout today, right now, after already going up, okay, freaking 15% in the last week, all right? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to get across to you is you don't need to know, is Bitcoin going to come all the way back down here to 33K at the bottom of the range? All you need to know is that this is a time to be taking profit. And as it goes sideways or pulls back and you see, okay, this thing is unable to actually break down and lower, that's when you go back in, right? And because I think, guys, okay, is one, I don't need to know which way the market is going to go for me to dominate it, right? All I need to know is, once again, this is a fantastic time to be taking profit, right? So anyways, let's break this down further. Scenario number one, I mean, there's three scenarios, but you have to weigh the probabilities, right? So of course, I'm not trying to say it can go this way, that way, this way. No, but let's weigh the scenarios objectively. Scenario number one, where you are fucking depressed, your wife is telling you, get out of the fucking market, what are you doing with your life? Where it goes back down to 33K and you're left holding back. What's the probability of that? I think it's actually an okay probability of happening. What's another scenario we have here? Is that, okay, it just stops. It can either go sideways but pull back a little, but not be able to break out lower or break down lower, right? That's scenario number one. And then the very unlikely scenario is it just rips out. This is like a 5% probability of happening, okay? And so think about it. Do you want to be going for this scenario, or do you want to be making sure that you're ready for these two scenarios, right? These are the two scenarios you want to be ready for. And so the way you get ready for these two scenarios, scenario number one, scenario number two, is you fucking take profit now. You start locking in some profit now. And what we're going to see over the next few days and the next week is, all right, Bitcoin's going sideways, Bitcoin's breaking down. What is the severity at which it's pulling back or going sideways here? If it's just going sideways, that's a very bullish thing, right? Because typically when you get to the top of the range, it pulls back hard too, right? When it gets to the top of the range, look how hard it pulls back. It pulls back fast, it pulls back aggressively, and it doesn't take much time, right? So 25% there, boom, 17% there, and it happens right away once we get to the top of the range, right? So what actually happens is, if we get up to the top of the range and we only go sideways, or we don't really pull back very much, that's a very bullish sign, and that's where I would load the fuck up long again, right? So you take your profit on your longs, okay, and this is where you load back up if it shows the reluctance to break down like it has this time and this time. And so this is where you load up the longs, and this is where it really has a strong possibility of breaking out higher, right? And so this is how you lock in the absolute maximal amount that you possibly can, unless, of course, that 5% probability happened where it just broke out right away instantly, which, once again, is so unlikely. Right? So you're in a position to lock in the maximum possible gains right now. If your portfolio is at 100K, you're not going to see it at more than 100K, okay? Unless we go sideways and you have the confidence, once again, that, all right, we're not going to break down. Let me load the fuck back up with my 100K and let's go back up, okay? This is the way to play it. There is no, like, it is objectively, this is the best way to play it. You're locking in gains, you're taking profits here, and you are waiting the next 3 days to a week to know, all right, is this a severe pullback, okay, where we can come all the way back down? And in that case, guys, you save yourself 25%, 50% in altcoins. But then you realize, okay, if it's not pulling back hard, and you got to read the charts, right? And this is why I have my Crash Trading Charts course down below this video. I highly recommend you take it, because some of you just may lack the knowledge to know how to make these reads and how to read the charts and actually know, because maybe you only follow the news, right? And so then if you're getting a strong rejection, then you just protected yourself, boom, massively, 25% on Bitcoin and 50% on alts. Then if it's not pulling back hard, okay, then you're probably going to want to wait for a video from me, and I bet you I'll probably be making a video calling that we're about to break out higher, and I'm probably going to be right if that's the case. So objectively, there's no reason to not be taking profits here. This is a very euphoric moment in the market, it feels like, and a lot of people are really, really excited. And what happens a lot of times, guys, all right, is people get greedy, all right? People get greedy. 2018, every bounce, you would have wished you would have sold it, okay? And that's just the truth. So let's go back to 2018, right? This is what bear markets do, is they make you feel extremely bullish, all right? And then you're going to wish you sold, and then you didn't. So think about it. Here, guess what? I guarantee you, everyone over here thought that the bull market was back on, okay? And guess what? They wish they would have sold this bounce, okay? Right here, big bounce. I bet you everybody thought, oh my God, I wish I would have sold this bounce. Okay, and so here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. When you approach resistance, Okay, for example, this is a great example. Okay, see right here, support at $10,000 Bitcoin. Support here at $10,000 Bitcoin. So imagine, this is where we are right now. Okay, this is where, and remember, this is my overall big term picture. I am highly bearish for the entire year, but I've been short term bullish, right? Like, for example, I made this call 5 days ago when I think Bitcoin's going to 46K plus. Okay, but overall, remember, if you watch that video, this is my overall chart of what I think is going to happen by the end of the year. Okay, bear markets don't go down in a straight line. They do have bounces. You got to understand that. And every big bounce in a bear market, people go back and they wish they took their profits like this. Okay, like this, like this. Okay, so once again, here's this support at $10,000 Bitcoin, and you can see, boom, here's this bounce. We're bouncing up to that $10,000 resistance, and people are probably thinking, oh, we might break out past the 10K resistance. No, sell at resistance, okay? And then when if it can prove itself that it's not going to dip hard, that's when you load back up for a breakout. But otherwise, you just saved yourself massively, and this is why you got to sell at resistance. So guys, that's my video for you today, and that's why objectively, this is the time to be taking profits, if not shorting, okay? Like we are in my Crash Trading Telegram Alerts channel. You can see we're up around $2,800 on Solana. We're up around, it's just barely on Bitcoin as they just entered short on it. And if you guys want to join the Crash Trading Alerts, guys, where we're trading long and short, for example, how I called the Bitcoin pump all the way up to 46K, right? If you want to be longing and shorting the market and just being right on the market, making money, whether it's going up or down, then click the link down below this video to join the alerts where I'm going to tell you, all right, exactly which trades I'm taking. So like, for example, today my Solana short and Bitcoin short, I've told everyone here, okay, staying short Solana right here. And I told everyone it's about a 95% probability to win if we short some now. Okay, if it's a 90% probability to win by shorting some now and some at our aggressive shorting points. Okay, and so you can see now the stock market's starting to dump. Now we're starting to see a reversal here. Okay, and I got to get this video out ASAP for you guys because I don't want you guys to be holding the bag in case this is it and in case we go down like that. Because the key is I'm going to update you probably if we're not going to crash. If I remain bullish, I will let you know. But the key is you don't need to know, is Bitcoin going to go down right now or not? You just need to know that this is the ideal exit, the ideal point to be taking profits, and you can reload as you gain confidence that it's time and we're going to push higher. Guys, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe. If you want to join the Crash Alerts and trade, make money on the long and the short side, whether the market's going up or down, that link is down below for you. Okay, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.